Most men try to talk a woman into desire, and that is why she stays cold. Folks, let's be real. You can say all the right things, pay for dinner, and still feel her slipping. She watches your stories but does not reach out. She replies, but there is no heat. One day she is playful, the next she is distant, and you start overthinking every word. That is the trap. You think female psychology is about decoding her messages, when it is really about what she feels in your presence. In this video, I'm going to wake you up to the hidden facts most men never hear. The truth is, she reacts to your emotional state more than your words. She tests you not because she hates you, but because she is measuring your structure. And yes, women feel desire earlier than they admit, but only when a man knows how to create tension without begging for it. I'll show you the Stoic way to do that. Simple habits that make you calmer under pressure, harder to read and more relevant. By the end, you'll know what signals she is reading, what mistakes turn her off instantly, and how to hold a frame that makes attraction grow on its own. My friend, I'm here to help you snap out of it, not to comfort you. Let's get into it. Number 1. She reacts to your energy, not words. Folks, let's tell the truth most men avoid. A woman does not respond to what you say nearly as much as she responds to how you feel while saying it. You can use perfect words, clever jokes, even thoughtful compliments, and still feel her pull away. That is because female psychology reads emotional state first, language second. Here's the reality. Your tone, pace, breathing, posture, and emotional steadiness are speaking long before your mouth opens. When your energy feels anxious, rushed, or approval-seeking, no sentence can save you. When your energy feels calm and grounded, even simple words land with weight. Let's put this into a real situation. Mark is 50, divorced, living in Texas. He meets Rachel, 44, at a small social gathering. Mark has done the work. He knows what to say. He asks good questions, but he is tense. He wants her to like him. His shoulders are tight. His laugh comes too fast. Rachel feels something is off, even though she cannot explain why. Now look at another moment. A week later, Mark runs into Rachel again after a stressful day. This time, he is slower, less invested. He listens without leaning forward. His voice is steady. He is present, not trying. Rachel reacts differently. She laughs more. She maintains eye contact. Nothing he said changed. His energy did. That is how this works. Let's be clear with ourselves. Women evolved to read emotional safety and strength through non-verbal signals. Your nervous system tells her more than your mouth ever will. If your inner state is chaotic, she feels it. If your inner state is regulated, she relaxes into attraction. Stoicism understood this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should keep his ruling faculty calm regardless of circumstance. When you are calm under pressure, your presence communicates control. That control is felt as confidence, and confidence fuels attraction. Most men focus on scripts. They memorize lines. They rehearse what to say. That is backwards. Energy comes first. Words ride on top of it. Here is another example. David is 55, owns a logistics company in Ohio. He goes on a date with Emily, 48. Emily challenges him playfully. David does not defend himself. He smiles, pauses, and responds slowly. His emotional state stays neutral. Emily feels a subtle shift. She feels safe testing him. That safety turns into interest. Now imagine if David had reacted emotionally, explaining, justifying, laughing nervously. Same words, different energy. Attraction disappears. This is why women often say, "I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it." They are describing energy, not logic. Let's be honest, my friend. If your energy is unstable, your words will betray you. If your energy is solid, your words barely matter. Stoic practice trains this exact skill. Epictetus taught that you must distinguish between what you control and what you do not. You do not control her reaction, you do control your inner state. When you master that, your presence changes. Here is the rule: regulate first, speak second, slow down. Breathe. Let silence exist. Let your body relax before you open your mouth. If this hit home, drop a comment and write, "I control my energy." Stick with me, because next we're breaking down why calm men feel sexually safer to women, and why safety is the doorway to desire. Number 2. Why calm men feel sexually safer. Folks, let's be honest about something most men misunderstand. Sexual safety has nothing to do with being soft, polite, or agreeable. Sexual safety comes from emotional control. A calm man feels safe because he is predictable in his behavior, not reactive in his emotions. And that safety is what allows desire to surface. Let's be real. When a man is emotionally jumpy, overly eager, or visibly affected by a woman's reactions, her nervous system stays alert. She feels pressure. Even if he is kind, even if he means well, his instability creates friction. Calm removes that friction. Calm tells her there is no urgency, no threat, no need to manage his feelings. Female psychology responds first to the nervous system, not to logic. A regulated man signals control. Control signals competence. Competence creates safety, and safety is the doorway through which sexual attraction enters. Stoicism understood this long before modern psychology. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When your inner state is calm, your presence carries that color. She feels it without you explaining anything. Calm men feel sexually safer because they are not seeking emotional rescue. They are not leaning on her attention to feel worthy. They are not fishing for reassurance. That independence lowers her guard and raises curiosity at the same time. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Many men think excitement creates attraction. In reality, excitement without regulation feels chaotic. Chaos does not create desire. It creates distance. Calm creates space. Space allows desire to grow. Epictetus taught that a man should not allow his peace to be disturbed by things outside his control. When you live that principle, your reactions slow down. You listen without interrupting. You pause before responding. You accept uncertainty without rushing to resolve it. That steadiness feels grounded, not boring. There is also a sexual layer here that is often ignored. Sexual tension requires trust. Trust requires emotional safety. A calm man can hold tension without needing to release it immediately. That restraint feels masculine and controlled. It makes her feel safe enough to lean into desire instead of pulling away from pressure. Think about this. When a man gets excited too quickly, he reveals hunger. Hunger creates imbalance. Imbalance puts her in the position of regulator. She has to slow him down, manage expectations, or pull away. That role kills attraction. Calm removes the burden. Seneca wrote that the greatest power is the ability to remain tranquil in the midst of movement. A calm man can be present in flirtation without being consumed by it. He can enjoy the moment without demanding an outcome. That emotional maturity is rare, especially among men who fear losing interest. This is why calm men often attract attention without trying. They are not broadcasting need. They are not over-explaining. They are simply steady. Their presence allows her to relax, and relaxed curiosity turns into desire. Let's be clear. Calm is not passivity. Calm is not weakness. Calm is discipline. It is the result of a man who governs himself. When she senses that self-governance, she feels safe enough to explore attraction. Here is the rule. The calmer you are, the less she feels the need to protect herself emotionally. And when protection drops, desire can appear. If this resonates with you, drop a comment and write, "I choose calm." Stay with me, because next, we are breaking down how her tests reveal your strength and why passing them has nothing to do with arguing or proving anything. Number 3. Her tests are about your strength. Folks, let's clear something up that confuses a lot of men. When a woman tests you, she is not trying to annoy you, she is not trying to control you, and she is not attacking you personally. She is checking for strength. Emotional strength, directional strength, inner stability. That's it. Let's be real for a moment. Women test men the way gravity tests a structure, not to destroy it, but to see if it holds. If it bends too easily, it feels unsafe. If it snaps, it feels dangerous. What she is looking for is resilience. Here's a real example. John is 49, divorced, living in California. He meets Melissa, 45, through mutual friends. Early on, Melissa challenges him lightly. She shows up late once. She questions his plans. She makes a teasing comment about his age. John feels the pressure rise, but he doesn't argue or explain. He smiles, pauses, and responds calmly. He doesn't defend. He doesn't withdraw. He stays grounded. Melissa feels something important. John is not rattled. He is not performing. He is not shrinking. Her test did its job. It showed her that his center does not depend on her approval. Now compare that to another situation. Brian is 51, recently divorced, living in Illinois. He dates Laura, 46. Laura tests him by pulling back communication for a few days. Brian panics. He sends follow-up messages. He asks if something is wrong. He explains his intentions. Laura feels pressure, not reassurance. The test exposed instability. Here's the key insight. Tests are not about what you say. They are about how you respond emotionally. Women read reactions, not explanations. Stoicism understood this deeply. Epictetus taught that events themselves do not disturb us, only our judgments about them. A test is just an event. Your reaction reveals your judgment of your own strength. When you argue with a test, you fail it. When you over-explain, you fail it. When you collapse emotionally, you fail it. Strength shows up as calm acceptance with boundaries. There is also a sexual layer here that many men miss. Sexual desire grows toward a man who can hold tension without trying to dissolve it immediately. Tests create tension. If you rush to smooth everything out, desire flattens. If you hold steady, desire sharpens. Let's go back to John. Later, Melissa cancels a date last minute. John responds calmly and reschedules without complaint. He doesn't punish. He doesn't plead. Melissa notices. Her respect increases. Respect fuels attraction far more than compliance ever will. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. In dating, the best response to a test is not to mirror emotional volatility. It is to remain unchanged. Older men actually have an advantage here. You don't need to win arguments. You don't need to prove flexibility. You win by showing that your emotional foundation is solid. Here's the rule to remember. A test is not a problem to solve. It is information being gathered. Let it gather the right information. When you respond with calm boundaries and self-respect, her nervous system relaxes. She feels that you can handle pressure, and a man who can handle pressure feels safe, attractive, and desirable. If you've failed these tests before, drop a comment and write, "I stayed steady." Stick with me, because next, we're breaking down how emotional control triggers attraction and why the man who governs himself never needs to chase. Number 4. Emotional control triggers her attraction. Folks, let's be precise. Emotional control is not suppression. It is not pretending you feel nothing. Emotional control is the skill of feeling fully, without letting feelings drive your actions. That skill changes how women experience you because it removes pressure while increasing tension. Let's be real. When a man reacts instantly to every emotional shift, he broadcasts instability. When he stays regulated, he communicates leadership. Leadership is attractive because it creates direction. Direction creates safety, and safety is where attraction is allowed to grow. Stoicism places emotional control at the center of masculine strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the mind becomes the master when it is not mastered by impressions. In relationships, impressions arrive constantly. A look, a pause, a delay, a change in tone. The man who stays steady through those moments signals power without needing to say anything. Here is the psychological truth. Women track how you manage emotion under uncertainty. Do you rush to explain? Do you push for clarity? Do you seek reassurance? Or do you stay composed and present? Emotional control tells her that you can handle ambiguity. Ambiguity is where desire lives. There is also a sexual dimension most men overlook. Desire is intensified by contrast. When her emotions rise and fall, while yours remain centered, polarity forms. Polarity fuels attraction. If your emotions spike higher than hers, polarity collapses and desire weakens. Epictetus warned that when you give control to impulses, you surrender freedom. Emotional control keeps your freedom intact. You are interested but not dependent, engaged but not reactive. That balance feels grounded and masculine. Another reason emotional control triggers attraction is because it removes emotional labor from her. She does not need to manage your reactions. She does not need to soften messages or walk on eggshells. That relief allows her nervous system to relax. Relaxation allows attraction to surface naturally. Seneca wrote that the strongest man is the one who governs himself. Self-governance is felt as reliability. Reliability creates trust. Trust deepens attraction over time. This is why emotional control works even when she is unsure at first. You are not forcing her to decide. You are not demanding progress. You are allowing her to explore attraction without pressure. That freedom often leads her forward. Many men fear emotional control because they think it means losing intensity. The opposite is true. Control concentrates intensity. It keeps desire sharp instead of chaotic. Here is the rule. Feel everything. Act selectively. Let your internal experience be rich and your external behavior be measured. If this perspective resonates, drop a comment and write, "I lead myself." Stay with me, because next we're uncovering why. Explaining yourself turns her off, and how silence communicates strength when words fail. And if you want to master emotional control at a deeper level, consider joining the channel membership. That is where I share structured Stoic practices, real-world application, and guidance for men who want consistent results without manipulation. Emotional control also protects your dignity during conflict. Instead of escalating, you pause. Instead of defending, you observe. That pause often changes the entire interaction, shifting power quietly back into your hands without confrontation or force. This discipline compounds over time, shaping how every woman experiences your presence long-term. Calm authority becomes your baseline, not a performance you turn on occasionally. That consistency is what ultimately sustains attraction beyond the first spark. It keeps desire alive for years. Number 5. Why explaining yourself turns her off. Folks, let's be honest about a mistake that feels harmless but quietly kills attraction. Explaining yourself too much. It sounds reasonable, it sounds mature. But in female psychology, over-explaining signals insecurity, not clarity. and insecurity shuts desire down fast. Let's be real. When a man explains himself without being asked, he is trying to control how he is perceived. He wants approval. He wants to be understood. That emotional need leaks out, and she feels it immediately. Attraction does not grow toward a man who needs to be understood. It grows toward a man who is comfortable being misunderstood. Here's a real situation. Tom is 52, divorced, living in California. He starts seeing Angela, 46. One evening, Angela replies late to a text. Tom feels uneasy. Instead of waiting, he sends another message explaining his schedule, his intentions, and how busy work has been. Angela reads it and feels something shift. She didn't ask for justification. She didn't ask for reassurance. The explanation felt heavy. Now compare that to another man. Chris is 48, living in Colorado. He dates Megan, 44. Megan cancels plans last minute. Chris simply responds calm and brief and reschedules. No explanation, no emotional essay. Megan notices. Chris did not chase comfort. He trusted his position. That restraint keeps attraction intact. Here's the core issue. Explaining yourself removes mystery. Mystery creates tension. Tension creates desire. When you explain everything, you collapse tension and replace it with predictability. Stoicism warned against this long ago. Epictetus taught that if you seek approval, you place your freedom in someone else's hands. Over-explaining is approval-seeking in disguise. You are asking her to validate your reasons instead of standing by your actions. There is also a sexual layer to this. Desire responds to confidence. Confidence is quiet. Over-explaining is loud. It feels like justification, and justification feels like weakness, even when your intentions are good. Let's look at another example. James is 55, remarried once, now dating again in Florida. He meets Natalie, 49. Natalie questions his availability early on. James starts explaining his priorities, his past, his intentions. Natalie listens, but attraction fades. She feels like she is being convinced instead of invited. Contrast that with Mark, 51, living in Oregon. When questioned, Mark simply states his boundary calmly and moves on. No defense, no story. Natalie feels grounded around him. His certainty creates safety. Safety creates attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should waste no time arguing about what a good man should be. He should simply be one. In dating, that means act clearly and let actions speak. Words are secondary. Explaining yourself also puts her in the position of judge. She evaluates your reasons. She weighs your logic. That role kills polarity. Attraction thrives when she feels, not when she evaluates. Here is the rule. If she asks for clarity, give it simply. If she does not ask, do not volunteer it. Let silence do the work. Let your consistency speak. Older men especially need this. You don't need to sell yourself. You need to stand still and let interest come to you. If you've caught yourself over-explaining before, drop a comment and write, "I explain too much." Stay with me, because next, we're uncovering how stability quietly makes her want you more, and why calm structure beats charm every time. Number 6. She feels desire before she admits it. Folks, let's clear up a truth most men never hear. A woman feels desire long before she admits it to herself, and far earlier than she admits it to you. Desire starts in the body and nervous system, not in words. By the time she talks about attraction, it has already been active for a while. Let's be real. Men look for verbal confirmation. Compliments, direct interest, clear signals. Women don't work that way. Her mind often catches up after her body has already reacted. That delay is not deception. It's how attraction actually forms. Female psychology processes desire subconsciously first. Tone, pace, presence, emotional steadiness. These trigger reactions before logic steps in. That is why a woman may say she is unsure while still thinking about you, or claim she is not interested while continuing to engage. Her feelings arrived before her explanations. Stoicism understood this gap between impulse and interpretation. Marcus Aurelius wrote that impressions come first and judgments follow. Desire is an impression. Words are the judgment that tries to make sense of it later. This is where men make a critical mistake. They try to force verbal clarity too early. They ask questions. They push for labels. They seek reassurance. And when they do that, they interrupt the natural process of desire unfolding internally. Here's the psychological mechanism. When desire appears before conscious approval, tension forms. That tension pulls attention inward. She thinks, she replays, she evaluates. That internal activity is investment. When you demand explanations too early, you collapse that investment before it matures. Epictetus warned that impatience reveals inner weakness. Wanting immediate confirmation is impatience in disguise. It tells her, you cannot tolerate uncertainty, and a man who cannot tolerate uncertainty feels unsafe to desire. There is also a sexual dimension here that matters. Sexual tension thrives in ambiguity. When everything is explained, tension evaporates. When desire remains unspoken, it intensifies. The unsaid carries more charge than the said. This is why women often say things like, I don't know why, but I keep thinking about him. That is desire working beneath the surface. Words lag behind feeling. A Stoic man understands this and does not interfere. He allows silence. He allows space. He allows her internal process to unfold without pressure. He does not need validation to remain steady. Seneca wrote that nothing is more powerful than restraint at the right moment. Restraint here means not asking for confirmation you have not yet earned. It means staying grounded while her emotions organize themselves. Another key point: desire appearing before admission can feel confusing to her. If you rush in and demand clarity, you add stress to that confusion. Stress kills attraction. Calm presence allows it to resolve naturally. This is why men who stay relaxed often hear later, I wasn't expecting to feel this way. That sentence is not random. It is the mind catching up to the body. Here is the rule to remember. When desire shows itself subtly, do not interrogate it. Do not spotlight it. Let it grow in the dark a little longer. Darkness is not danger. Darkness is incubation. Stoic discipline teaches you to act without needing immediate feedback. You show interest through consistency, not questions, through presence, not pressure. That patience keeps attraction alive. If you've ever rushed clarity and killed momentum, drop a comment and write, I trust the process. Stay with me, because next we're breaking down how stability quietly makes her want you more and why structure beats charm every time. Number 7. How stability makes her want you. Folks, let's talk about stability, because most men underestimate how powerful it is in female psychology. Stability is not boring. It is not passive. It is not routine. Stability is the quiet signal that you are solid inside, and that signal creates attraction faster than charm ever could. Let's be real. Women are constantly reading for consistency. Not consistency in texting schedules, but consistency in emotional posture. Are you the same man when things go well and when they don't? Do you stay grounded when plans change, moods shift, or uncertainty appears? Stability answers those questions without you saying a word. Here's a real example. Michael is 54, divorced, living in Arizona. He meets Karen, 48, through a mutual friend. Early on, their connection is easy. Then Karen starts pulling back slightly, slower replies, less enthusiasm. Michael notices, but he doesn't react. He doesn't ask what's wrong. He doesn't try to fix it. He continues his routine, keeps his tone steady, and stays respectful. Karen starts feeling something unexpected. Michael didn't disappear. He didn't chase. He didn't change. His stability stands out. She begins reaching out more, asking questions, checking his availability. Stability created gravity. Now contrast that with another situation. Brian is 51, living in Massachusetts. He dates Susan, 46. When Susan's energy shifts, Brian's mood shifts with it. One day he's upbeat. The next day he's distant. He reacts emotionally to every signal. Susan feels uneasy. Brian doesn't feel solid. Attraction fades. Here's the core truth. Stability makes her feel safe enough to want you. Safety does not kill desire. Emotional instability kills desire. Stability allows desire to surface without fear. Stoicism understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. A stable man has disciplined thoughts. His inner world does not swing wildly with external events. That discipline is felt as calm authority. Stability also removes emotional labor from her. She doesn't need to manage your reactions. She doesn't need to reassure you. She doesn't need to guess which version of you will show up. That relief opens space for attraction to grow. There is also a sexual dimension here. Desire responds to grounded presence. When a man feels emotionally anchored, his touch feels intentional. His words feel deliberate. His silence feels confident. Instability makes everything feel rushed or uncertain. Let's look back at Michael. Over time, Karen starts sharing more personal details. She opens up emotionally. Why? Because Michael feels predictable in the best way, not boring, reliable. His consistency allows intimacy to deepen naturally. Many men fear stability because they confuse it with stagnation. Stability is not lack of movement, it is controlled movement. You can flirt, you can tease, you can lead. Stability just means you do not lose your center while doing it. Seneca wrote that the strongest man is the one who stands firm when others are shaken. That firmness is attractive because it signals long-term strength. Women may feel excitement around chaos, but they feel desire around stability. Here is the rule. Do not let her moods dictate your behavior. Do not let uncertainty rush you. Stay consistent in tone, boundaries, and presence. Let your actions match your values, not her fluctuations. Older men have a massive advantage here. You do not need to impress. You need to remain steady. That steadiness sets you apart immediately. If this resonates with you, drop a comment and write, "I stay stable." Stay with me, because next we're uncovering the silent signals she always reads and why your reactions matter more than your intentions. Number 8. The silent signals she always reads. Folks, let's talk about what actually drives female perception, because it is not what you think. A woman reads signals long before she listens to words. Your silence, your pauses, your reactions, and your restraint communicate more than any explanation ever could. And most men are completely unaware of what they are broadcasting. Let's be real. Every interaction sends signals, even when you say nothing. How fast you respond, how you handle silence. Whether you rush to fill space, whether you stay composed when things feel uncertain, these are the cues her nervous system reads automatically. She does not analyze them consciously. She feels them. Female psychology is highly attuned to emotional congruence. If your words say confidence but your body shows tension, she trusts the body. If your voice says calm but your timing shows urgency, she trusts the timing. The silent signals always override the spoken ones. Stoicism understood this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what you do not say often speaks louder than what you do. A man who governs his impulses communicates strength without display. That quiet authority registers instantly. One of the strongest silent signals is how you handle pauses. Most men rush to fill them. They talk more. They joke nervously. They explain. A pause feels uncomfortable to them, so they remove it. But a pause is where evaluation happens. When you can sit comfortably in silence, you signal self-possession. Another silent signal is response timing. Immediate replies signal availability. That is not bad on its own, but when it is constant, it removes tension. Delayed responses, when natural and unforced, signal that your life is full and your attention is valuable. She feels that difference without thinking about it. Breathing is another signal men ignore. Shallow breathing signals anxiety. Slow, steady breathing signals regulation. Her nervous system mirrors yours. If you are calm, she relaxes. If you are tense, she guards. Epictetus taught that you reveal your character not through speeches but through habits. Habits create signals. Signals shape attraction. Posture matters. Stillness matters. Eye contact matters. Not intense staring but relaxed presence. When you hold eye contact without seeking approval, you communicate confidence. When you break it nervously, you communicate uncertainty. There is also a sexual layer here. Desire responds to grounded presence. Silent signals are what determine whether tension builds or collapses. When your movements are slow and intentional, your presence feels deliberate. When movements are rushed, desire scatters. Another critical signal is how you handle emotional friction. Do you defend yourself immediately? Do you justify? Do you seek understanding? Or do you stay composed and respond simply? Marcus Aurelius warned against being pulled off center by impressions. A man who stays centered during friction feels strong. Women are constantly scanning for this because it answers one question: can this man handle pressure without losing himself? Silent signals answer that faster than conversation ever could. This is why men who say very little often feel more attractive. Not because silence is magic, but because silence reveals control. Control signals strength. Strength feels safe. Seneca wrote that restraint is the highest form of power. Silent restraint tells her more about you than 1,000 words. Here is the rule: speak less, observe more. Let your body and timing do the talking. Align your inner state before you speak. When your signals are congruent, attraction flows naturally. If this made you aware of signals you've been sending unconsciously, drop a comment and write, "I'm aware now." Stay with me, because next we're breaking down why weak reactions kill sexual tension and how mastering restraint keeps desire alive without effort. Number 9. Why weak reactions kill sexual tension. Folks, let's talk about something most men never connect to: attraction. Sexual tension does not disappear because you said the wrong thing. It disappears because of how you reacted emotionally. Weak reactions kill tension faster than rejection ever could. Let's be real. A weak reaction is not kindness. It is not empathy. It is emotional collapse. It happens when you rush to smooth things over, explain yourself, or seek reassurance the moment friction appears. And women feel that instantly. Here's a real situation. Robert is 53, divorced, living in Georgia. He starts seeing Linda, 47. One evening, Linda makes a teasing comment about Robert being busy lately. It's not an attack, just a light test. Robert laughs nervously and immediately explains his schedule, his priorities, and how much he enjoys spending time with her. What Robert feels is relief. What Linda feels is tension dying. His reaction told her he needed her approval. The flirtation disappeared. Now contrast that with another man. Stephen is 58, living in Washington State. He dates Karen, 51. Karen makes a similar teasing comment. Stephen smiles, pauses, and replies calmly without defense. He doesn't justify. He doesn't correct. He lets the moment breathe. Karen feels something different. The tension stays alive. Stephen didn't flinch. His reaction held the frame. This is the core truth. Sexual tension thrives on emotional strength. Weak reactions signal emotional dependence. Dependence collapses polarity, and polarity is the engine of desire. Stoicism explains this clearly. Epictetus taught that it is not events that disturb us, but our reactions to them. When your reaction is weak, you show that external input controls your inner state. That loss of control is felt as fragility. There is also a biological layer here. Sexual attraction responds to contrast and containment. When you contain your reactions, tension builds. When you leak emotion too fast, tension dissipates. Weak reactions show up in many forms: over-explaining, apologizing unnecessarily, laughing nervously, changing your position to avoid discomfort. None of these are attractive because they signal fear of loss. Let's look at another example. Daniel is 49, recently divorced in Minnesota. He goes on a date with Heather, 45. Heather pulls back slightly mid-conversation. Daniel senses it and immediately tries to re-engage harder. More questions, more validation. Heather feels pressured. Tension evaporates. Now imagine Daniel had stayed still, allowed the pause. Let Heather process her own emotions. Tension would have remained. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should remain upright whether fortune rises or falls. That uprightness is what sexual tension feeds on. A man who does not collapse under uncertainty feels grounded and desirable. Weak reactions also force her into the masculine role. She becomes the emotional regulator. She has to slow things down, manage your expectations, or pull away. That role kills attraction. Strong reactions are not aggressive. They are calm, measured, minimal. Strength shows up as restraint, not dominance. Older men have a clear advantage here. You do not need to perform. You need to hold your ground. When you stop reacting emotionally, you stop chasing tension away. Here is the rule. When friction appears, do less, not more. Slow down your response. Let silence exist. Let tension breathe. If you recognize moments where your reactions weakened attraction, drop a comment and write, "I reacted weakly." Stay with me because next we're bringing everything together with the Stoic frame that unlocks desire without games, pressure, or losing your self-respect. Number 10. The Stoic frame that unlocks desire. Folks, this is where everything converges. The Stoic frame is not a tactic you switch on. It is a way of standing in the world that changes how women experience you without you chasing outcomes. At its core, the Stoic frame means you govern yourself first, and you allow attraction to respond to that order. Let's be real. Desire collapses when a man seeks control over another person. Desire expands when a man has control over himself. The Stoic frame draws a hard line between what you own and what you release. You own your actions, your pace, your standards, and your emotional regulation. You release her reactions, her timing, and her choices. This frame creates desire because it restores polarity. When you are centered, consistent, and self-directed, you become the stable reference point. Her emotions move around you instead of moving you. That reversal is the engine of attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should not be pulled by appearances, but act from reasoned principle. In dating, appearances change constantly. Interest rises, then cools. Signals appear, then fade. The Stoic man does not chase appearances. He stays aligned with principle. Another way to understand this frame is outcome independence. You enjoy connection without needing a result. You pursue clarity without demanding reassurance. You express interest without attachment. That independence removes pressure, and pressure is the enemy of desire. Stoicism also teaches selective engagement. You do not react to every stimulus. You choose where to invest energy. When a man responds selectively, his attention gains value. Value creates tension. Tension sustains attraction. There is a sexual truth here that matters. Desire grows toward authority, and authority begins with self-command. Seneca wrote that no man is free who cannot govern himself. When you govern yourself, your presence feels deliberate. Your words slow down. Your movements become intentional. Your silence carries weight. The Stoic frame also protects your dignity. You do not over-explain. You do not bargain for interest. You do not shrink to keep connection. You remain upright whether attraction is present or not. That integrity is felt immediately. This frame changes how conflict feels as well. Instead of escalating, you pause. Instead of defending, you observe. That pause shifts power quietly. It shows you are not afraid of friction, and a man who is not afraid of friction feels safe to desire. Another element is patience. Stoicism values time as a filter. What is real strengthens with time. What is superficial fades. When you stop rushing outcomes, you allow attraction to deepen organically. Patience communicates abundance. The Stoic frame is not coldness. It is warmth without need. It is interest without urgency. It is presence without attachment. Women feel this balance and respond to it because it removes emotional labor while preserving tension. Here is the rule to live by. Act from principle, not emotion. Choose consistency over intensity. Master your reactions before seeking her attention. When you do that, desire becomes a byproduct, not a goal. This frame does not guarantee outcomes. It guarantees alignment. And alignment is what keeps attraction alive, whether it grows into something more or fades cleanly. That is the Stoic frame that unlocks desire. You lead yourself first, and everything else responds accordingly. It preserves your self-respect and allows attraction to unfold without games or pressure. Over time, this approach compounds into lasting masculine presence that women instinctively trust and desire. Folks, today we broke down the hidden mechanics behind female psychology that most men never get taught. You learned why energy beats words, why calm creates safety, how emotional control fuels desire, and how the Stoic frame keeps attraction alive without chasing or manipulation. This isn't about tricks. It's about becoming a man who governs himself, so attraction becomes a natural response, not a struggle. If you want to go deeper and apply these principles consistently in your real life, consider joining the channel membership. That's where I share structured Stoic practices, deeper breakdowns and guidance designed specifically for men who want clarity, strength, and long-term results. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for your time, my friend. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.